rather have a mugshot versus you viewing me going down because I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
You need ammo, black folks? Hit me up. I can't sing, I can't dance. But baby, I can tell you, you give me that card, I can read everything from that card and regurgitate all of it. That's my superpower.
All right, girl time. I am so excited. BET Talks, I'm your host, Mia Bell, and baby, I don't know if it's the nerves or the synergy or whatever it is, but today we have actress, host, model, Eva.
Woo!
How are you?
I am blessed. So happy to be here today.
I cannot believe I'm looking at you in the flesh, okay?
And listen, we got the memo because there is a full synergy. It's a vibe.
Yes.
This burgundy, we're getting into fall, falling into the new season.
Absolutely.
All of the new things. So
Yes.
I'm loving it.
I feel the energy all the way.
Yes.
And my first introduction to you, of course, America's Next Top Model.
Billion years ago.
Yes. And when you won, I just want you to know that was a win for all of us, okay?
Oh.
Yeah. Rooting for you from the very beginning.
Why
That's how
was
serious
that a
it
win
is.
for everyone?
Why? First of all, the fierceness. And you're so beautiful, and you maintained your energy throughout the whole season, like so badass. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And then to know that you were only 19 at the time, and I now know as an adult how, behind the scenes production is when it comes to reality shows. It is not easy at all. What we were seeing on TV is the complete opposite of what you were living.
Experiencing,
yes.
Yes.
But you were able to really portray just your beauty only on that camera.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the spider photo lives in my head. The cover girl photo lives in my head. Fangirling, absolutely.
Listen, having someone like Tyra Banks at the forefront of it, knowing the industry, knowing what she's gone through, and knowing what she wanted to affect change in was why the show was so great. And I just think she poured into me because she saw herself in me. I think you saw yourself in me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's not that I was all yay, but I was relatable.
Absolutely.
That's what I want to stay is relatable, even like with the characters and the roles that I choose. Like something that you like when you walk through the store and you see someone, another black person, you like,
yeah,
you don't have to know them, but there's a level of like, what up, though? You know what I mean?
And that is exactly what you give us. And always,
Thank you.
especially on all the Queen's men. Madame, I feel like I should sit up straight when I'm talking
Yes,
to you.
erect,
Something happens.
please.
Of course.
Keep it together.
Now, before we get into the show, we got to do a little crime boss trivia
Okay,
for the ladies.
okay.
And this will also tell me how you prepared for your role, too.
Let's play.
So I need you to name me as many crime boss women that you can.
Okay, well, Griselda Blanco.
Right. I know
No
her.
question. I don't know if you would put her in the category, but I think Anna Delvey is one of the best crime bosses I've ever heard
I know
of.
about her, too.
Because Anna figured out how to run around the world with a $1 billion lifestyle with not a credit card that worked.
Right.
It gets no better than that.
Yeah.
It gets no better than that. For television, I would say Queen of the South,
Okay. I love that.
Teresa Mendoza, but I feel like the real crime boss was the governor's wife.
Come on.
Because the thing is to
You're
be the
taking us
boss
there.
is not always to be in the front.
Right.
And people get that very confused. Like, the face of something is not always the heart of it. So to be the boss doesn't mean everyone knows your name.
Right.
To be the boss is to call the shots.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of female bosses that use their feminine savvy and that intellect as a woman to push ego down and understand that they don't have to be in the front to be the best and to be the boss.
Of course. Now, this makes me wonder about your childhood and whether or not you were bossy. And I just feel like you've always known yourself to a certain capacity to where you've been able to move in your Eva light. You know, it's just Eva. That's how she moved.
I was taught that I was amazing, I was smart, I was worthy, and I was capable as a little girl. That's my mother and my father's installation into me. Now, what I did with that was up to me. And I can do that in a newsroom, in the back room at the warehouse, at Walmart, if I want to work and rearrange the convenience store, or if I own the convenience store. Whatever I do, I'm smart, I'm great, I'm worthy. And so those are the things I take in with me, and those are the things I want to display in my art.
Yeah.
are that you are worthy, you are represented, you are enough. That mistake is not your end all, or that accomplishment is not your definition
Eva, yep.
either. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
figuring out what all of that is. So I haven't always been the most confident or the most self-assured, but I know whose I am, God first.
Yeah.
So spirituality has always been a part of my world, and the desire to grow, the desire to be more than what I am, what I was yesterday. I want to be more today than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
So when you see me next year and you say you're different, good, I am.
You're
I've changed.
more.
I am, because I'm more now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that speaks to everything that you've done throughout your career. And I thought to myself, too, moving from modeling to acting, I know that you were very adamant about not using your career on the show, your time on the show, to get into your roles.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your auditioning processes, especially in the beginning of this acting journey
the early
in comparison
journey,
to now.
The early journey was so difficult. I think it's something that we still do today.
Okay.
The idea of a multifaceted woman, a multi-hyphenated woman, was like, I'm sorry, you're either this or you're that.
Right.
But I think Black women have very much so shown we're this and we're that. And some more on top.
Come on.
So modeling, it was like, so you're this, you're the pretty girl, which I didn't even know I was pretty, so that was a revelation.
Yeah.
But, okay, so looks fade. What else are you? And what else am I? And I started auditioning. I got a role on Kevin Hill with Tay Diggs. Love that show. Went to Canada. That's when I met Megan Good. I was like, oh my God, my cousin Skeeter. I love you, Megan. Like, so that was like my intro, right? It was beautiful. Then after that, I realized I went on auditions, and as soon as I walked in the room, it's like, oh, you're that model girl.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that I have been able to represent Black women and show a different light to what beauty looks like outside of the American standard.
Right.
But I also want to be taken as a person and seriously. And I worked my butt off for this role.
Real hard.
I have rehearsed. I am ready.
Did you do acting coaches and all
Hell
that kind
yeah.
of stuff?
I've done every acting class and every coach under the sun. Absolutely. I mean, even for All the Queen's Men, I used Lynn Whitfield.
Wow. Oh, yes.
I was like, Mama, please. She said, how? And I remember asking her, just sidebar, I said, Lynn, how do this character, she's such a boss, and I want to understand how to be so nonchalantly present. She said, well, that's your first mistake. It's not nonchalant.
At all.
You care. You're very chalant.
Right.
You care very much. So I've always had coaches.
Okay.
I've always had coaches. But I ended up dropping my maiden name and my government name, which is Pickford. My legal name is Eva Marcille Pickford. Marcille is my middle name. And started out modeling, I'm Eva Pickford. And then
that's how
acting,
we met you.
Right. I go into.
I wanted to call you that earlier, but
you
I
can
was
still
like,
call me that. It's fine. Look at my passport. It all works out. It's totally fine.
Go ahead, finish the story.
But going into acting, I said, what if you submitted my name as Eva Pickford and didn't put Marcille in it? I'm going to go, and this is before like Zooms and tapes and stuff. Like, you have to be in the room.
Right.
I'll go in the room, I'm preparing the character. Not until I'm done will they truly realize who I am as that model girl. And that's how I started acting.
Right. And then here we are to All the Queen's Men.
Yes.
4 seasons deep.
4 seasons deep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyler Perry. He does it. No one does it like him.
Now, this process in building your character, because you are just so badass in all ways. You're giving us, crime boss.
Yes.
Black woman crime boss.
Black woman crime boss.
I believe everything that you're saying and doing in this show. How did you prepare for this particular role?
So for this role, I have to, like I do if I go into any room, you see you and I, but for you and I to be seen, there are a lot of people that make that happen.
Yeah.
And so when I decided to prepare for this role and get ready, I realized that I was representing a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I prepare for my roles. What I do very well is memorize.
Okay.
I can't sing, I can't dance. But baby, I can tell you, you give me that card, I can read everything from that
Memorize
card and
that
regurgitate
script.
all of it. That's my superpower.
And that's what makes you a great host too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Memory is just something that God has given me. It's a good thing for me. So memorizing, but I love this show. I love this story. I love this world we were able to create, and living in the world we live in. Sometimes we all want to just run under a rock.
Right.
Instead of running under a rock, I go to work. Or I watch shows that make me feel like I can escape the world. And so that's what All the Queens Men. It's an escape from the rest of the world. There's a lot of relatability, there's a lot of learning, and there's a lot of entertainment.
Yeah.
And I think seeing women actualize in a boss position at this level, you've never seen on television.
Yeah, at
your
all.
right-hand person, you're a crime boss, and your right-hand person is a woman. 2 and 3 down are when the men come, and even still they are disposable.
Right.
You know
they
what I
are
mean?
they, right.
So to see women, I think that's how I see myself. I know that's how I see the women I work with. I know they get irritated with me, like, you know, reminding them of how amazing they are, because we are not reminded enough about who you are, how great you are. So this show just gives me the opportunity to uplift every Black woman that I know is a boss in the world, and it's so much fun doing.
Yeah, and to be that on camera.
Yes, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Now, Madam and Eva are 2 different people, though.
We're going to get into that, because
Okay.
I want to know the main differences.
Okay, she's
Because
not.
I believe Madam.
Madam's believable.
Yes.
Madam is real. Madam is real. Madam is a place I go to.
Yeah.
I have the luxury, thank you, Lord. Watch what you pray for, because He might give it to you, because I'm sitting in the dream I prayed for. I recognize it. I feel it. I will not squander it. It is a thing. But, you know, when you decide that that's what you want to do, you have to pull up to that.
Yeah.
You have to pull up to it every single day. And so I'm just fortunate to be able to play a character that represents the women that have always inspired me. My superintendent growing up, my mother, Michelle Obamas of the world, the Oprahs of the world, my executives who you don't know their names, the people that run departments in companies that I work with that you don't even know their names.
Right.
Those are the women that I put into my character.
Wow.
And I take a piece of everybody. So got a piece of Elon, I got a piece of Celeste, I got a piece of Deandra, I got a piece of, I'll put it all in that bucket. And then I go out and I use my baritone deep voice and deliver.
Madam.
Yes. And it was a woman that told me, Kim Fields is one of my first directors, and as you see, I have a deep register to my voice, and I've always hated it.
Really?
I've always hate, like, why is my voice so deep? Why can't I have like a cute voice? Like, I don't have to be Michelle, but I do want something like a little bit higher, right? No, Kim Fields said, baby, that is your goal.
Yeah.
She said, everything you have is perfect, but use that voice. Stay in your register, find your comfort there. And then I look back at Madam like, oh my God, who is that lady? And I'm so comfortable down there. And in myself, it took another strong woman to tell me not to push myself down.
Yeah.
To stay bold. So I use the boldness of every woman that I know.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
How do you separate the roles? You're a mom of 3 and a very active mom. I see Marley just went to her first dance.
She did. It was the black and white
you were
dance.
the chaperone.
I chaperoned. I wear black and white. I had to get my outfit together because I felt like I was doing too much.
Yeah?
Because I went in my closet like, okay, so what am I wearing? And then I realized, like, sis, this is not your dance.
Oh, Marley.
All you need is a white shirt and black pants. But Marley is my world. She saved my life. She is my rainbow baby. And to see her hit these milestones and these monumental moments, and to be there as a mother, a woman who never thought they would have kids.
Wow.
Like, that was definitely not on my Christmas bingo at all. But if I look at it now, I don't even know what my life would be. I wouldn't even be Madam if not for Marley. She's taught me when to hold them, when to fold them, when to walk away, when to run, when to boss up, the difference between assertive and aggressive. And so for Marley and for Michael and for Maverick, I just want to be the best mom I can be. I want to provide the best life for my kids, and I work my ass off to do it.
Yeah, you really do, and I don't know where you find the time in between roles to go chaperoning a dance.
Yes, but I am in Beyonce's 24 hours, and if Beyonce can figure out how to do it,
so can Eva.
We can figure out our days. I think we charge ourselves, and we're a lot more harder on ourselves than we need to be. It's like a plate of food. Eat until you're full. When
Right.
you're done, don't eat anymore.
Yeah.
We were taught to clear the plate. Don't clear the plate.
Do what you
Find
can.
your nourishment and let what does not serve you go.
Wow. What soft parts of you do you bring to your character on the show? Because I see that you are still, you know, as hard as you are, you're still very warm too. You help a lot of people on the show.
Yes.
Now,
Madam's human.
yeah.
And I think a lot of you look at your CEOs and your bosses, and I mean, they're still human. And
Sometimes it depends on what's going on in their life.
it was
personally.
so that's called a moment, and that's called. Did you call your therapist?
Right.
Because we all have moments, right? I've had my oh my God, lay out on the floor moment. I do a thing called a reset. I might have 15 resets in a day.
Tell me about your reset.
Okay, so a
that I
reset
can adapt
is
that.
like a reset is like, say something pops off in this room right now, and it's just crazy, or I get a text message and it's just crazy. What I will not do is allow that to dictate my energy and the way that I move life forward in this day. So
Okay.
I need to pause for 2 seconds and have a reset. Reset my head, my heart. What is the purpose? What does this really do? How does it really affect me? Put those in their boxes, reset, and then go on. And you might need to do that a few times a day.
Right.
Because you're driving in the car, someone hit you on the way to the whatever. You looked up and realized you forgot your wallet, or you didn't charge your phone last night, so now you have no battery and you can't call your Uber. Like all these little things that so easily trigger us. When back in the day, there was no phone. Did you have a quarter? Because we had a payphone.
Right.
You had to figure it out. We didn't have those anxieties. So realizing that a lot of the things that we find ourselves so like about, we are creating those. And so that's what I feel like Madam is. Madam is like, nothing's really a problem. Anything is persuadable. Anything is doable.
Yes.
Madam is there is no world where no works. No world. So I'm going to find my yes. I'm going to get my yes, or I'm going to take my yes from you because I'm getting mine. And if you do this cute, you can get yours too.
I know that's right. Whew. We learn a lot from Madam and from Eva.
Madam's everything.
Yes.
Madam is absolutely everything. If she didn't choose crime, like, oh my goodness, she could literally be the governor. She could run it all.
No, seriously.
She has such intellect. But what I love about her more than anything, and the synergy between Eva and Madam, is her loyalty and her love for the people that she loves.
Yeah.
She rides for her people.
I love it. And what about what Madam brings to you personally? Because I know that you protect yourself in all ways.
I do.
And I spoke to my director, and he said that woman is licensed to carry.
It is right here, just in case.
Oh my gosh!
Like literally, if I get pulled over in Atlanta, and
You
they're
let them know.
before I even reach for registration, I pull out license to carry, because when guns come flying out of this glove compartment, I don't want no smoke. 'Cause we locked, loaded, and ready to go.
Right.
And we're living in a world where if it's a law where you can carry, and then there's a defense in that law that means to stand your ground, I'm running it. I'm carrying it, and I'm standing my ground.
Yeah.
I will always be locked and loaded.
Of course.
My brother is in the Marines, or was in the Marines. He's retired, gun sergeant. You don't play.
Yeah.
You need ammo, black folk, hit me up.
Yeah, and that's really important, I feel like, for Black women to also acknowledge and to, look into as well, because our protection
Matters. Matters. I would rather have a mugshot and hire Michael Sterling to get me out of jail
Right.
versus you viewing me going down because I wasn't ready.
Yeah,
That I'm not going to do.
of course.
But what Madam has taught Eva, I was carrying before Madam. That's why I think I leaned into Madam so easily, because I knew exactly what I was doing. But what Madam has taught me is, and I've always felt like I felt this way,
Okay.
but I don't know if I really lived it as much. I do not take no. I do not take no.
It doesn't exist.
Because if you can't do it, that's fine. Then you're not my person.
Right.
Someone else will. But I don't take no for an answer. I dream a dream bigger than what anyone can imagine, and I go and figure out how to make that real. And Madam has given me the courage to continue to do that. And your dream today could be different than your dream tomorrow. Pivots are allowed and most times necessary. And I mean, look at Martha Stewart. Martha
Doing
Stewart started
everything.
with a couple of chickens and a charcuterie plate. Then she became this huge mogul, went to jail. The whole world said, oh my God. Next thing you know, she's up here with Snoop Dogg.
Right.
Now Snoop Dogg got a cookbook. I mean, the world is yours to take.
Mm-hmm. What else are you going to take from the world right
oh my
now?
Goodness,
What do
world,
we have?
Watch out, put your seatbelt on, world.
Tell me about the CBD line too.
Oh, CBD.
I need to learn about
CBD.
that.
So I was on the show the other day and they said, what is your dream bucket list job? What I really want is a farm. What I really want is to be able to cultivate my own, but not just for my own personal fun consumption, but to show how everything that God gave us in this world is for us to have and be dominion over, and to figure out how to help people. I remember in Georgia, there are these moms and these groups that travel down back roads just to get CBD and THC oil or capsules for their kids that are autistic or that have different issues because it's not legal in the state.
Wow.
So I'm like, how do I affect change in that? Because you're white, I'm black. I can't do that and get back safely.
Truth.
They Sandra Bland us. So how do I change the law where I live so I can just go like up the street? So with the help of Michael Sterling, I found myself one of the first people even licensed in my state. There are only 4 dispensaries there.
4 only?
4.
Wow.
6 supposed to come. 4 dispensaries there. Maybe 15 people with licenses total. I'm the only African American.
Come on.
I'm one of the only few women. So for me, it's just figuring out how to be a change maker. When I was a little girl, it was never about, I want to do this, I want to do that. What I want to do is affect change. That inspiration came from Thurgood Marshall. I was like, now that is a change maker.
I know, that's right.
And that's what I want to do. I want to change the world. And then I love it being here with sisters like you that pour back into me, because I get from you as much as you get from me.
Oh man, I got so much from you today.
Thank you.
I am so happy that we were able to have this conversation.
Me too. Thank you.
Yes.
Eva
Eva Marcille, BET Talks, we did it. Yay!